dark, grisly, grimy day. The kind that you want to just stay in bed and savor a bad mood. Whoa! Oh, good morning, Fancy. My 60-pound labradoodle. All right, I'll get up. Jeez. Did you hear those garbage men last night? He sure made a lot of noise and came extra early. Okay, come on, let's get you out. Now remember, I want you to go around to the bark side. No peeing on the grass on this side. Got it? Oh my gosh. There's this huge hole looking out into the street. And a car rushes past. Stay, Fancy. My gate is gone. And a huge chunk of my redwood fence. Splinters of it laying all over the grass. Close the door. Go to the front door. A note from the police. Sorry we had to break down your fence. We were searching for a robbery suspect. Call this number and they'll give you some money back. I live in East Oakland. A few years ago, I chose to live here. What was I thinking? I mean, I'm just 2 blocks away from San Leandro, but still, this is East Oakland. And there's a robber loose in my neighborhood. Young punk. Probably on drugs. Probably black. Well, that sounds a little prejudicial. But in fact, it's just a sorry, probable statistic. Prejudice? I mean, who am I going to call to fix this mess? My general contractor. My John Nathan Haynes Jr., my stepson. My African-American stepson. Oh, location, location, location. And timing, timing, timing. Let's step back a few pages in time. For 25 years, I was a homeowner in the Oakland Hills. Married, 2 gorgeous children, William and Alexandra, a golden retriever, and 2 cats. The house looked a little more elaborate than this. It was hunkered in the hills, 5 levels. Great house. And now, where are you? I don't know. It's gone. And for the moment, so is my memory. We lived there for some while, and then, as happens, my children grew up. They moved out. And I found myself in my 50s, single, divorced, and ready for a change. The pundits said this was the perfect time, right? Housing prices have peaked. The real estate is down. But oh, the stock market, honey, is coming up. The bull is on fire. Sell that real estate. Put it in the stock market. Watch your nest egg grow. Become happily secure ever after. And if I do that, I could give up my public relations business and pursue storytelling. One last turn around our home. I'll miss you, Selkirk. I really, really will miss you. Thank you for your years of shelter, and for now affording me the opportunity to start a brand new life. Back to the pages. So I moved to Alameda, became a renter. The house, too, was a little more elaborate than this. It was a wonderful old Victorian. And there I am, was just the right size with me and my dog. And shortly after, my son William and his cat and his adorable fiancée Gwen, they moved into the little cottage behind me. We planted a large garden between us. Daffodils, daisies, roses. Oh. And then a few years, they just flew by. Until there was this amazing economic reverse. I swear I could feel the earth move under my feet. Stock prices, whoa, way down along with my savings. Housing prices soared. And Selkirk, now long gone, triples in value. Oh, yeah, yeah. So now what do we do? Well, the landlord is saying, time to raise the rent. And then on the same day, here comes my son running across the garden, waving a letter. Hey, Mom, Mom, I just got accepted into Northeastern University. Gonna get my master's degree, baby. Mwah. Gwen and I are moving to Boston. Oh, honey, that's wonderful. Congratulations. Strangers in the cottage? Mom, it's time for you to go out and buy a new house. Me? You must be joking. The bank is going to give a mortgage to a woman in her 60s. A single woman. A storyteller. Mom, this is 2004. They're practically giving away mortgages. But they weren't giving away houses, for sure. By this time, the prices, oh my goodness. You couldn't touch a 2-bedroom in the East Bay for under $400,000. I know, I looked at 36 of them. The first one I saw was a spiffed up little place. They had staged it. They were doing that now. IKEA furniture, little flowers on the tables around. 2 doors down from East 14th Street. 420,000. Wow. Then I saw an ad, oh, El Cerrito, nice community, across from a park. A trailer park. But my most favorite absurdity was one for a view home, going back to the hills. Pretty wait to see this one. It was on a cliff. Directly over the 580 freeway. Zing, 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 zing. I was getting pretty discouraged until my son John called me. Hey, Mom, I think I found just the house for you. Now, it's in East Oakland. It's a fixer-upper, but, you know, it's real close to San Leandro, and it's described as a California craftsman. Built in 1924. You like that old kind of stuff. Check it out, and then have a mortgage guy run some numbers for you. Thank you. It's been a while since I've looked at a loan document. This one's about 10 pages, 10 times the size of my last one. There's a lot of legal jargon here. Things I don't understand. And you put in a number of numbers right here. This one, this is a lie. down this figure for my annual income? I haven't made that much money in 1 year in my whole life. Don't worry about it. It's just a number the banks won't check. They're swamped with loan applications. Besides, you're good. You're putting down 20%. Most people are getting in for no upfront money at all. And hey, listen, for just a few more dollars a month, I could get you another $35,000, $45,000 to invest in more property. This is California. I went to look at the house. It was a serious fixer-upper. But you know, underneath its years of neglect, I could see its charm and the land. Oh, on a large corner lot, overgrown with morning glories gone wild. They even covered the trees. Is that a problem? William and Alexandra actually blanched when they saw it. But John, his usual sweet, upbeat self, said, "Mom, here, I'll show you something." He cut away a corner of this decaying carpet, pulled it back. Oh, hardwood floors. Look at the fireplace. Well, it's all boarded up. That can be fixed. Cabinets, well, all the appliances are really nasty. Buy new ones. And the kitchen, it's very dark. Skylight will fix that. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Come on out with me a minute. I want to show you this old shed in the back. I know it's covered now with morning glories, and most of its windows are broken, but these little panes, I counted 45 of them. I could just envision this as a playhouse for my future grandbabies. I went back to see the mortgage guy again. Okay, I think I'm ready to talk about this seriously. Now let me get this straight. It's 5% interest only for the first 5 years. That sounds good. And then, let's see, then there's this adjustable interest rate based on the LIBOR or something, right? What is that? And then, of course, eventually you have to, pay down the principal, right? What happens in 5 years if I can't afford this adjustable LIBOR thing? Don't worry about it. 5 years, this house is bound to double in value. This is California. You can't lose. So, I thought about it some more. Came back again, and I signed this mortgage. And initialed page after page after page after page. Next day, 7 a.m. sharp, John was there with his crew and began work on the house. And I began hemorrhaging fixer-upper money. And morning to night, back and forth from Alameda, the East Oak, and then the back, and then the forth. And then one day, I got to look at myself in the mirror. I hadn't been coloring my hair. Oh, gosh. I look awful. So, I cut it. Really short. All off. No more Jeannie with the light brown hair. Now it was all over silver. July 31st, 2004, moving day. So with my new silver hair, and a dog, always had a dog, I moved into an East Oakland fixer-upper as a homeowner. That was 8 years ago. And that playhouse, it is now a playhouse. It was converted from that shed as I was blessed with 3 young grandbabies, ages 2, 4, and 6. Oh, that was so fun. When I moved into East Oakland, I became quite aware that on my block, and as far as I could see, that I was one of 2.5 people color of my color. That didn't bother me too much. I mean, years ago, I married into an African-American family, and my children are biracial. But I wondered, what will they think of me? So I took time to introduce myself and my daughter. Clarissa said, "Oh, come on in, honey. Now, listen, later on, I want you to meet my son, Henry. He's very tall, and he's very dark, and I don't want you being scared some night when you're coming home late. I'm glad to see you got this dog for protection. A big black dog." I love watching my neighbors watch as my house, which had been the eyesore on the block, was painted a cheerful blue. The morning glories tamed just to go around the corner of the fence, and weeds that had been stopped vanquished, and sprinklers on the lawn. Sam loved to tell me, "Miss Haynes, it's a metamorphosis. It's a goddamn metamorphosis. We are so glad to have you here." In December, you know when it rains, while I was drinking tea, I watched from my window as Anselmo's family began decorating for Christmas in the pouring rain. First came the grandkids and his kids, and they had these long plastic red poinsettias that they stuck all over the ground. Oh, and then here comes this bushel basket with baubles, beautiful things, and they hung them all over their one little tree, poor little tree. And then the youngsters came out with the sheep, and then of course they had the shepherds, and then the 3 wise men, and then ever so reverently came the manger scene with Mary and Joseph and a spotlight on baby Jesus. Well, I figured that was it. The next day, here comes Santa Claus. A huge Santa Claus. And they strapped him up to the chimney, plugged him in, and he waved. It wasn't my taste, and it was gorgeous. Feliz Navidad. In August, they close off our street for the annual police night out. And the kids are running up and down the street with their bicycles, and out come the barbecues and card tables. Oh, the smell of ribs and jambalaya. The Muslim family, they offer them who's supposed to call them? Oh, delicious, thank you. The Vietnamese couple very shyly offer something. I'm sorry, I'm not getting the pronunciation of the name, but it really is good, thank you. Philly gay pride flag. They serve tofu with homegrown chard. Not just any kind of chard. This is not just any kind of chard. This is dinosaur chard. You grow it in the back. So, what's coming next? I have so much to tell. That day, for those wonderful things. Yeah. What happened next was 2008. And for many of us, things started to change. And Selma's house, the Christmas house, that was the first to go. And at his yard sale, he said, I don't want anything anymore. I've lost it all. His oldest son explained, Papa just didn't understand that adjustable interest. And when that extra money that they said came practically free, came about, gone. Willetta was pulling her hair out because her sister had just moved in with her for who knows how long, because she had first lost her job and then her home. And Willetta said, did you know what that bastard bank did? They turned around and they sold her house for less than she had paid for it with the mortgage that she could have afforded. Yeah. I went to see a realtor friend of mine, and he explained, yeah, that's the real problem. See, the banks foreclose, and then they sell the houses for less, and the whole neighborhood, the value of their homes will go down. I'm hardly making an income. My wife planned to retire next year. Huh? And when he told me the value of my home, I had to sit down. But that can't be. It's half of what I still owe the bank. Yep. You've got what we call a house under market. And on that February morning, back in 2009, as I was trying to make sense of all of this, I wondered, what are we going to do? At a loss of income, far too many people were paying for tellers and teachers of storytelling. My nest egg, that smiling nest egg, dwindling dollars. And now, a house underwater. Oh, fancy. What do I do? In less than 6 months now, that fixed interest rate is going to stop, and I'm going to be paying something I don't even know yet how much. Will I be able to afford that with dwindling income and dwindling savings? Should I just walk away, as so many people are doing now, and lose everything that I put into it? A huge chunk of lifetime savings? And now this physical assault on our property. Well, I tell you what, we're not going to do what I planned to do today. I'll first make a cup of tea. And then we're just going to take it easy. I'll try that new recipe I've been wanting to, lemon-infused roasted chicken. Bake some banana bread. Get the house all warm, smelling good. And music, that's what we need. Music. Oh, these old CDs that I've been wanting to look at and play again. Miles Davis, Some Kind of Blue. Who's that? The Gypsy Kings. Yeah. Too phonetic. Madam Butterfly. Sinatra. Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled. See you, boys. When you're weary, feeling small, and tears are in your eyes, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry over what this lousy young punk did to my property. I'm going to peel these bananas and I'm going to mash them. Teach him a lesson. When friends just can't be found. Yeah, these kids and his friends, just like him, that lousy bums. Oh, fancy. Smell that chicken. Yeah, look at it. And then I began to listen to lyrics that I had forgotten. When you're down and out, feeling blue, and darkness comes to you. When you're on the street, is that where this kid lives? Is his home on the streets? Will he be there tonight? When pain is all okay. This is the kind of stuff. I mean, we're complaining about this. We don't know anything about that kind of life. Not at all. Sail on, silver girl. Hey, Fancy, did you hear that? Silver girl, that's me. Sail on by, your dreams will shine. It's your time. They are coming now. See how they shine. Yeah. I'm not going to lose this house, and I'm not walking away from it either. I'm going to go for that new thing they're talking about, a mortgage modification. And that'll be my bridge over troubled water.